This girl just touched the badge. She was instantly shocked and panicked. The scene she just witnessed was unbelievable. Then she leaned over and tried again. Turns out it wasn't an illusion. She picked it up and held it in her hand. The next moment she was in a field of golden wheat. The girl stood up and looked around. She turned her head and looked into the distance. At the end of the wheat field, a building appeared. With curiosity, she walked slowly towards the building. Then she realized she hadn't left the house. This man was about to help her pick up her badge. She was afraid that her secret had been discovered and stopped him. The woman wrapped the medallion in sugar paper, but when her father picked her up on the way home, Annie asked her to try and touch it too. And here's the weird thing, nothing happened when her father touched it. She touched it again. The building was still in the distance. The next moment, her father grabbed the medallion and brought her back to reality. At night, while her father slept, she took the badge from the bedside table. After she touched it again, it led Annie into the golden wheat field. She wandered toward the building and was stopped by a wall. She followed the wall to find a way out, but the next moment, she pushed her cart into the street. First she touched the badge to determine the approximate direction of the building. Then she rode her bike in a northwesterly direction. Soon Annie arrived at the general location. She pulled out her badge and touched it again, but then she went straight into the building. The trapeze made Annie's jaw drop. Here it is. There were not only flying cars and a trackless levitation train, there was an air of futuristic technology everywhere. Suddenly, someone said, "A train is about to depart 20 light years away." The curious Annie was interested. The badge was running low and counting down. She rushes towards the train, but the resistance is getting stronger. Eventually, she returned to the real world. When she got home, Annie did some searching. She found a store that recycled these badges. The next day, when Annie arrived at the store, the owner saw the badge in her hand. He asked her where she came from, but Annie got it by accident. She didn't know anything about it. The shopkeeper's attitude was horrible, so she turned her head and left. The two men saw this. They took out their laser guns and pointed them at Annie.